And so Ann Morton, and I'm with the North Shore Stream Keepers here in North Vancouver on a typical North Shore day. We're up close to the mountains here. As the name implies, the North Shore Stream Keepers spends a lot of our time working in and around streams. And that's kind of what got us as the North Shore Stream Keepers to take a closer look at our streams and to look at the water quality and quantity that's coming down. For years we've been learning a little bit about how hydrology works, how much water it takes to make a nice meander pattern. Over the past little while, I've been doing this for now over 10 years, past little while we've been noticing our streams aren't working quite the way that they used to. The natural cycles of high water and low water has changed. Water quality has changed. So we started to ask the question of why. And we started to look at the infrastructure. So not just the natural world, but your world, the engineer's world. And we began to see why things aren't quite the same way as we thought. Beneath our streets and beneath our buildings is an artery of pipes, all collecting water and quickly taking it to the stream. As is, unfiltered, so not cleaned up. Just that dirty water entering the streams. McKay Creek was suffering from some of this water quality issues and water quantity issues. So in taking that closer look, we found out about some of these. This is an interceptor. This intercepts the water coming from off the land, going to the creek, and it's got an oil grit separator in here. It separates the oil and the grit from the water, hopefully meaning that it's more clean water that's going down to the stream and some of the real gritty stuff is staying behind. That gets sucked up by the Vector truck drivers and taken off and deposited in landfills. This works when everything falls in line. But what we're finding is we're not always getting the water quality that we're wanting within our stream systems. So we decided to investigate a little bit further, to dig a little bit deeper and find out what's going on. Through funds from the Environmental Damages Funding, we applied for a grant and we received the funds to be able to take water quality samples. These cost about $200 a piece, so not something that we take lightly. With your help, we'll be taking these water quality samplings, sending them in, and finding out what exactly is in that water that's entering into our natural environment, where all our fish are. This is a beautiful area here for all kinds of cutthroat and coho and chum and chinook. It's a beautiful environment, lots of bugs, lots of wildlife. It's a good spot for an urban stream, but it's not as good as it could be. So we want to investigate a little deeper, and with your help, we'll be able to take the water quality samples, we'll be able to do some water quantity, and do some flow rate measurements on here of how much water comes in on a beautiful day like today. How quickly does it enter the streams? What kind of shape is it in when it comes? We'll be able to work with the environment folks, with North Vancouver District, with the City of North Vancouver. There's a border here. We can work with the streets and engineering people to find out where these interceptors are, where oil grit separators are, and according to where the industrial land use space is, and make sure that that's a nice combination of industry, oil grit separators for the clean water. You'll also be able to work with the vac truck drivers, the guys who clean out these things, and get right down and dirty. Find out from these people what they know, their knowledge, and you'll be able to take that with you through your future lives.